Okay, so Mr. J here. Okay, so Shia LaBeouf is a Disney child actor, and you know a lot of Disney actors they start off good up until they get fired from Disney or they grow up. A lot of Disney child actors actually grow up to be crazy. They are eccentric, crazy, considered weird, unnat. You know, they turn to drugs, they turn to alcohol, they get and go to jail. Orlando Brown was on That's So Raven. Nobody would. He was on Family Matters. He did a lot of TV shows in the '90s. Nobody would ever thought that he had mental health problems. Mental health problems means his mind is always racing. He's filled with these negative things in his head. You know, and nobody knew it. And he wasn't treated for it. So he did That's So Raven with Raven Simone for years of his life. Then he somehow, after the show was canceled, he turned to violence. The show was canceled, I think, in 2007. You know, so it lasted, I think, from 2002, 2003 to 2007. So it lasted 4 or 5 years. Once the show was canceled, he couldn't find work. It was hard. He turned to drugs, alcohol, started going to jail, getting tattoos on his body, scaring people. Now he's on YouTube making these strange videos. He's so desperately trying to get back the fame and fortune he had when he was 17, but he can't get it back. He's lost it. Disney doesn't want anything to do with him no more because he's not the same person he was when he was on Disney. And he was also on Dr. Phil, and Dr. Phil gave up on him. Dr. Phil thought he could help Orlando Brown, but he can't help him. Orlando Brown has to want to help himself. Then we got Shia LaBeouf, the Jewish white guy who was racist. I grew up with Shia LaBeouf. I remember him, even Stevens. I used to watch his show back in 1999, 2000. I remember watching the show on Disney Channel. You know, he was this happy little kid, white kid. You know, he was on Disney doing commercials and he did Disney movies. He did Holes, which came out in 2003. Stanley Yelnats, my all-time favorite movie. I remember going to Blockbuster and getting that movie when I was 12 years old. And then coming home on this thick old VHS tape and going, I watched that movie must have 10 times on VHS back in 2003. I love that movie. You know, I grew up I watched his movies, the Transformers movies. I actually went out to go see the movie back in 2007 on the big screen to support the guy. And then to find out this guy is racist. Because a couple years ago, and people don't want to bring up his past, but he is, after what he said to a black guy, he said something to a black deputy, a black officer. He called him racial slurs and called him the N-word. He was to belittle him, degrade the black guy, and the black guy didn't do anything to Shia LaBeouf. I know Shia LaBeouf was high on drugs, but he started acting crazy. They had to arrest him, the guy happened to be African American. And then he's Jewish. So I'm like, dude, listen, Jewish people and black people have gone through the same struggles. Jewish people were discriminated to and killed for no reason, just because they were not pure white, you know. And black people were treated bad by white people just because of the color of our skin, just because our skin is dark and black. Our skin is not like theirs, you know. And Jews and African Americans should come together as one and hang out together, but it will never happen. We still live in a world where we're still segregated. You know, but to see that Shia LaBeouf is Jewish, treating a black guy like this is stupid, because they know they were discriminated to. Jews, they were treated poorly just because they're not white, pure white, and then black people were treated bad because they're not pure white. You know, so seriously, it was just hard. He made he also felt guilty about it and apologized for it, and a lot of black people are angry, but everybody has seemed to have forgot about this, that he did. It's kind of sad. And I don't know how the black guy didn't say anything to him. He had to arrest him because he was acting crazy, and people were saying that he was disturbing the peace. And he started screaming and start cussing at the black guy. So yeah, I feel kind of differently about this, because I